Alrighty, sighting for today. We're gonna take out the longtail. She is for sale, including the trailer. Got her uncovered. Let's go grab the tractor and I'll talk more in detail about the boat. We're all hooked up. Let's go. There we have it. This is a Thai Longtail Riverboat that we named Red Zone. So it's an 8.5 meter long boat from bow to the transom, the back. And yeah, the whole boat's made all out of teak wood, all handmade. Very cool. Hand painted, you know, there's some Thai graphics that go on all the longtails. Had to stick with the Thai touch. The trailer was custom. We had a shop make it for us, but we finished it off with the guide poles, fenders. Had to adjust the leaf springs a little bit, make a bow stopper with a winch, etc. But yeah, so this boat is what they call a step hull. So you got this air channel here as you're planing. The boat will pick up air here to help it slip and plane even faster. A few things different we had to do here was to get it registered. Obviously add a kill switch. That typically doesn't come on these boats. We had to put all this in. Bilge pumps, we got 2. You know, it's better to have an extra one than if one quit. We have nav lights, so front red and green lights, and we also have underwater lights. So the water lights up at night. We got red and blue kind of makes like a purple, the purple light. So all the foamy spray in the back glows purple. Some things we did to the boat additional were these just steel framed seating. Because normally people just sit right on the floor and that's not very comfortable. So we just made a frame and comfortable seating for any passengers. Ideally, maximum 5 people. We do have it registered for 6, so small people, maybe 3 can sit here and 2 in the bow, front seat, and 1 driver's seat, obviously. And what else? Yeah, fire extinguisher. We added cup holders everywhere. Can't have too many cup holders. Fenders. And then the biggest thing was, what would we use this boat for? Because it's not a very practical boat. It is one of the most fun boats I've ever driven. But yeah, we had to makeshift a swim ladder. So it hooks on to any part of the boat. And obviously just take off this little bungee and it extends downwards. But yeah, it's kind of like, typically it's just a sunset cruiser. Go out for a swim with some buddies or go meet out the other buddies with their boats. Just have a good time. But the power to weight ratio, it is absolutely nuts on this boat. It's pretty much like a top-end jet ski, except you sit with a lot more friends. And the sensation of speed is much greater. I would say it's quite similar to like a go-kart because you're so low to the water. And yeah, so when you're just not even planing, you're going to be sub-water level because the boat floats right around the middle there. But once you're planing, you're pretty much at water level. I mean, might be a little above it, but not much. So your sense of speed's pretty great. And then I guess we'll just talk about the engine. So this whole engine is from an Isuzu pickup truck. It does have the stock displacement. This is what they call the Blue Power. I don't know off the top of my head the actual code name for the engine, but it's a 1.9 liter 4-cylinder engine. We kept the stock displacement. It does have an aftermarket crank, forged rods, pistons to make work with the 2 turbos. So it is compounded turbo. We have it tuned down on the low side. It's at 60 psi. Got this boat back in November 2024, so she's almost a year old. There's some learning curve to this boat, but yeah, everything's powder coated or airbrushed or painted. It's pretty much all custom. Even this just little pipe here, that's a true titanium exhaust. But yeah, I add this extra. Used to just have like an open kind of bell, like a trumpet end, but it's just making me deaf. So we just turn it off to the side and put a turbo mesh on. Keeps it a little bit more quiet. You know, we're cruising around for an afternoon, you can have ringing ears in the end, and just completely solve that issue. Yeah, so fuel cell, diesel, obviously. Fuel filter. It is not a fuel water separator, but haven't had any issues. The boat has 2 water pickups, so it's kind of just a force pickup. You can see it's stainless steel pipes, and then they go into these filters, which you can just unscrew if you get debris in. For the intercooler side, which is this one, this is just force fed. So if you're not moving, there's no water going through the intercooler to cool the compressed air. But the minute you start moving, it just flows through. But the engine, that uses the stock water pump out of the engine, and that will move water the minute the engine's running. Blow-by engine oil catch can. This transmission is out one of those little Japanese K-cars or whatever, and it's a 4-speed, but they put it on 4th gear and just lock it at 4th gear. This is all custom. This is a grease packer, so when you drive it, you just crank down on it until it just forces grease that goes into the tail to keep the tail nice and lubricated. Yeah, when it screws all the way down, you just take it up. It's just a bowl, pack it in, and keep going. It's a beautiful boat. Pretty much a piece of art. When we don't use it, it's cleaned immediately and covered up away from sun in our nicely ventilated boat storage hangar. Oh yeah, so if it hasn't been in the water for a while, this is the kind of like a primer or a vacuum ball. Just helps get the water going or picking up into the engine when you first start it up. Or you can do the cheat method, which is you get the boat turned around, aimed out, and you just start going. You don't need to go very fast, and then just some forward momentum will force the water up that tube, and the minute the water pump in the block catches, it will just circulate itself. I don't know if I'm missing anything else. Yeah, key obviously, but everything's custom. Every screw, every part is billet machined. We went with a pretty basic look, you know, just raw aluminum, oil filter cover, all custom pipings, all powder coated gloss black. But yeah, it's cool. We thought about putting a cover here for the belt, but actually when you drive, you're so far forward, it's like a good 3 feet. I mean, you have to lean over literally to turn off the key and, you know, just be leery when you switch the key off, but, or you can just push the button. But aside from that, it's pretty safe. More billet machine parts, fittings. Oh, it's got bigger injectors, bigger cams. But yeah, it's tuned pretty good. You'll see when we're cruising, because over the engine noise, probably won't hear me very much. But yeah, if you're just taking off easy and cruising, it's a pretty clean engine. No catalytic converter off, obviously, but it is clean because there'll be almost no smoke when we're cruising. But boy, if you're under load and you know that boost is kicking in, those injectors are dumping, we're gonna freight train smoke. So any of you people don't understand or don't like diesel smoke, I apologize now. Mimi, what are you doing? What are you doing? You want to go for a ride? That's Mimi, our Bengal cat. Come on, let's go. So besides from that, I guess I'll stop talking and let's go put her in. Let's go for a rip. Oh, I guess we can talk about the propeller. Yeah, so this tab here is pretty much just for you to, it's just 3 bolts holding us in. And the depth of going in, I just marked it every time. If I was ever going to take it off, I just put some, I just mark it up. But pretty much just where the mechanics left it at, and I just make sure it's always in the same spot. But this is for hammering it out or hammering it in. But also I use like a chisel. I hammer that and it kind of opens it up, so it makes it super easy to install the tail. But it rarely comes off unless I take it outside the gate to somewhere, which I only did once. But most of the time it's just for use here on our beautiful lake in Kanchanaburi, Thailand. Thousand Palms Boat Club, if you're wondering where this is. If you can Google search Thousand Palms Boat Club Thailand, it's gonna come right up. So yeah, the tail, this is a chopper prop, a very, very high pitched prop. You'll see in the video when I take off, there's like a balance. You got to let it kind of pick up air, just like, you know, any of those fast tunnel haul boats, fast cats you'll see in the US. They got that tube that helps pick up air and goes to the props. Pretty much same thing, but it's a very manual thing. I gotta push down on the lever to make this come up to help it catch air, just to get it revving, or else it's too heavy to get it from an idle out. But it planes real easy, this boat. And then this one's real important because this is what makes it track at a certain level through the water. And I'll explain more later, but as I drive, cruising and stuff, I can pretty much just do it one-handed. This thing's very well balanced. But when you go fast, you got to put your knee underneath that driving handle, because you want this to still be in the water. What can happen when you go really, really fast, the prop just got so much spin and walk. As it's spinning, it can like jump out depending on your V trough of the water at a certain speed. So if you hold it down with your leg, you can force this fin to make it track straight. But if it does pop out, it's no big deal because you're going to end up slowing down. Just let it re-catch and re-accelerate and good to go. But yeah, pretty perfect day. Look at that. Almost class. Get the tail ready. You ready for a rip, Anna?
I'm ready. You let me drive?
Yeah. We'll let you drive. We're gonna show everyone how this boat's easy to drive and how it's not scary. All right. You put this tire up. Hook this. So this is also homemade. Ideas from Thai people. But yeah, you just have no matter what island you go to, any longtail, you can have a loop just to keep your tail up. Me sharing about this boat, because all you ever see is just people going really fast in sketchy little Thai rivers with, concrete walls and houses right there. We boat on a lake.
Yeah, I'm gonna drive this boat.
Yes, you are. You're gonna show
This time I tie my hair for everyone who is worried about me.
Yep, your hair won't go into the belt.
Yes. Oh yeah.
All right, battery switch on. Bilge pump on auto. Lights are off because it's daytime. Let her prime up the fuel pump. Oh, it does have a high pressure fuel pump. Yeah, let's go. Oh, this is a shift lever. Obviously backwards, reverse, center's neutral, and forward is forward. And this is the throttle. Yeah. And when you put this boat into gear, the prop needs to be out of the water because there's no clutch. Up in air, forward. There we go. Yes, I know there's no cooling water coming out of the pipe, but we just started. It's a cold block. We're gonna pick up speed in a second, and there will be cooling water coming out of there. We're not gonna burn up the engine yet. Engine oil and block is still cool. See that water coming out?
Yeah.
That easy. Yeah, don't just hate on the boat when it makes smoke when we rip on it hard. Do you see? No smoke. It's only when you really rip on it hard will it make smoke, but then it cleans out once it's reached its boost and RPM. The dogs. Here, can I have this one? Alrighty, so you'll see here the second tube in the back, that's for the intercooler. Speed up, that one will have water coming out. But, yeah, pretty much about it. Got my beautiful wife helping with the filming. So this is we go fast, this is a two-hand job. But when we cruise, one hand's fine. You'll see all that in a minute. Off and cruise, show you it is a pretty clean, high-performance engine. We did over double the horsepower. I forgot to tell you guys, it's 400 horsepower. This is usually 150 maybe horsepower, and you find it to this day still in the Isuzu pickup trucks. But yeah, let's go. you're doing. And when you go fast, you gotta put your legs here like this to make sure the tail, that fin doesn't pop out of the water. I get the pan around, and I'm gonna go this way for a little bit. Show them the beautiful lake. Alrighty, so you ready?
Yeah.
You're gonna show the world that even you, a pretty little girl or a woman, can also drive this Thai Longtail Riverboat with 400 horsepower,
Yep.
2 turbos, and a diesel.
Easy peasy.
Yep, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alright, so I'll just run it through you again because you haven't done it in a while. Obviously, key on. Obviously, when you put in a gear, you remember you lift the propeller out of the water and then just push it forward. It goes into gear and then you set it back down nicely. Then, yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Okay, put in the gear.
Remember, has to be in the air. It's still in the water. Still in the water. Yep. Alright. So we'll just cruise around easy. Hardest part for anyone is taking off. Maybe if you take off, you have to push down on it. Yeah, beautiful day. We're gonna cruise over there through that gap. You good? Look at those muscles. Ready? you can film this way. I'm gonna turn it on soon. Cut down. Remember, don't put your finger in the belt. Alrighty. Thanks for helping me film, Pupsic. I appreciate it. I love you. Alright, battery off. And that's it.
Becky! Hey, you. Hey, you. Hi.
Drink up the whole lake.
Hi. You swimming? You're so far.
Thank you. Alright, hang on, Pupsic. You girls gonna help Anna get down? Okay, don't slip, baby.
Can I step on you, doggy? Can I step on you?
When I park it, I just rest the tail on the tire, and alright, just unhook it off. Engine's actually very balanced. I mean, it's more tail bias because you don't want when you let go, that just hits the ground. But yeah, we just rest this here, tie this up. Oh, and after every use, you always go over here and make sure the grease pack's nice and tight again. That's about it. Yeah, a couple rotations, just feeds a little bit more grease down to the propeller, keeps all the shaft, what do you call them, bushings, all nice and greased. But yeah, that was actually a really nice ride there. Very calm waters since the rain just passed. We're still in monsoon season in Thailand, so this boat doesn't like much chop. So whenever we get glass, that's when it's nice to take it out. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe. Right, Anna?
Yeah.
We gotta tell them to subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah! Right, Mila, Missy? We gotta have them subscribe. Like and subscribe so I can keep showing you guys more cool, unique stuff. Alrighty, back at the hangar. This is an airplane tug we modified. I don't know if you saw in the earlier video, but we didn't do much to it. Just almost an entire rebuild, resealed the drive shafts and anything that was leaking because it was sitting still for a long time. But yeah, tractor tires. Coolest thing we did here, modification. Look at that. Drive shaft brake. Full on proper. This locks up the tires completely. Yeah. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And again, like, share, subscribe. Trying to get to 500 subscribers. 1,000 at least. We got a bunch of more toys and stuff in the hangar. It belongs to members and friends. We can show those off, and yeah, hopefully you guys like my content. Maybe we'll do an RC remote control car buggy episode next. There's our full-on A-scale track. But yeah, let's keep the views and the likes coming, and hopefully you guys like what I'm making.